Good morning. When the time stops, what remains? The spirit. You really see it's not the body nor the mind. It's awareness, it's what is for every living being. And even to describe that, of course, it is an expression of that. One can do only expressions. And yet, seeing that make the surge disappear. For somebody. And that somebody is seen as an expression also. So, I hope you feel warm. Yeah? Warm body. What's your experience? So when this is obvious, as an expression, it's obvious, it's direct expression of it. Do you see that to try to experience or to have the expression permanently is really a misunderstanding. No need to try, and if you try, you will fail. So, just cherish when you can have a moment of free moment from the time. It's enough. It is enough. And then, of course, there is an attraction to go there naturally. But it will not be all the time. And yet, one can say, paradoxally, it's there all the time because it's always available. So, don't worry too much with your search.
Do we need a microphone?
Ah, yeah. Do we need the mic?
Yes. So I would like to clarify one thing, which we were already speaking once in a satsang, but somehow it's still not clear. It's also something that Ramana is saying, that if there's no activity of the mind, or if there's no mind,
Yeah.
that the world disappears. Or
Yeah.
if there's realization of the self, the world disappears. So when there's this, the witnessing, no, of the activity of the mind, or even of the absence of the mind, but there's still the body with its functioning and also its witness, no? But it's still perceiving sounds of the world, so there's still the world. No?
The witness is yourself, is
Yes.
not yourself in the witness is I.
Yes.
You see, you change between I identified, then now through practice or through beliefs or through whatever, it happened that suddenly you see you are the witness of things, but you forget to include the witness in the movie. It's still in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a witness too much.
I'm not sure if it's
Okay,
maybe
tell me.
just the word that.
It's a word.
Yeah, because
Then you can drop.
I don't like. It's not that I'm actively witnessing.
Then why you speak of witnessing?
Because I don't know how to call it else.
You don't know?
I don't know how to call it. Then, because it's not an active witnessing. It's just how to call it. Just.
Maybe your problem is that you want to clarify what it is. Do you need?
No.
Because if you start to want to clarify, it will be very difficult because it's not graspable. But you see, I know there are two schools in Advaita. Those people who say there is no more the world, and those people say no, the world still appears. And okay, one follows whatever he believes in. I would say personally that of course there is no world in the moment when the time stops. That's why one expresses there is nothing there. So you can say there is no world, there is not even me there. Okay? Mm-hmm. But you see, that expresses itself all the time. So, so there will be an appearance, but there is no world in the sense, there is no world as reality now anymore. Okay. Even if you identify in it, for some reason, because of that stop, you could I don't know what to say. That stop which was there, you will go back there in a natural way because you love it. There is still an attraction for that. So there is no world as reality. I don't know if it makes...
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Okay. You see, it's very difficult when you have testimonies because everyone brings whatever we don't know with him. And some people are more saintly, some people are more absorbed in nothing. In a natural way, it is with them, they bring that with their birth. And some are just active and yet free. So there is no law how it will appear, but if it is clarified. And Ramana, for example, looks like an ideal of freedom, because first of all he was very near our generation and in these periods of time, and he looks like being more absorbed, but he's born also like that, you see. It's not like compulsory it will be like that for somebody else. And if you are not meant to be this way, you will not. So don't make any effort to look like someone, even if it's an ideal.
Was
Yeah,
was
sure.
not even about.
No, I know. I am just,
This one
distracting,
thing
if you don't mind.
May I ask about this direct experience?
Direct experience.
No, direct expression.
It's the same, direct experience, direct
But is
expression.
everything a direct expression of it, or are some expressions more?
No, direct expression of it.
But everything, or some expressions are direct and some are not?
Well, if you tell the tea is delicious this morning, it's, let's say, an indirect expression of it because it's objectified.
Okay.
Yeah, it has an object. But otherwise, everything is the expression of that. In the expressions, there are qualities, you know. It's from gross to subtle.
Yeah, I asked because before I decided to come here,
Yeah.
I was told that I always must speak only my truest expression and nothing less. So, and I understand what it's about.
It was a good discipline, maybe to canalize your mind to its source. But it is enough, maybe. I know. So, know that everything is the expression of that. There is not better than any other, except when you are in disciplines, they are good and bad. They are better and not better. But if you want to be free, you cannot put yourself in a discipline, because it will be an obstacle. It will feed I, isn't it? So just know that. Maybe it was a way to tell you, be vigilant. Don't spend too much time on concepts, experiences. Yeah. Is it clear?
Yes.
Please ask, there are points very important. Especially if you did some practice or sadhana. Oh, there is. Yeah. Don't hesitate to ask.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
It was about about the same
Is it open?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
It was about the same conversation, but it brought a big pain and doubt inside myself, because when it was said that if something shakes you so much, then I don't know how to maybe I should express it later, but I don't feel to speak it normally. I can share it later moment.
Later is always a delay, you know that? You know, I just interrupt you. Whatever is painful, it means it's too much already. It means you are stuck in something, and if it is touched, then you feel pain, but it's something too much. But express when you can.
Yeah, he told me that if you're really free, you cannot be shaken by an experience. And in that moment I felt quite shaken by what was taking place. So then...
Don't confuse. When you say I am free, it is no more I who is free.
That was not my expression, but that was his expression.
Yeah, I understood. No, I just try to tell how I see. You know, if you go into that view, it means you will be a human being detached. Oh, I'm not touched anymore by anything. But these are the yogis eventually. We are not in a school of yogis here. That has to be clear. We are in a school, which is not a school, of course, it's a way to say, of directing to the real nature of things, which doesn't belong to anybody, but which is there, which is here, regardless of reactions, shaking, or whatever of the person. Otherwise, you make therapy. You are shaken, okay, you have to see what makes you shake, and so on and so on. We know that method. No. Here we cut the root of the so-called reality of I quiet or shaken, who cares? Here, who cares? That's why you cannot recognize from outside someone who freed himself from beliefs. Because if he sees a snake, maybe reaction. Oh, you shake, so you are not free. No, there are instincts glued, imprinted in his body and mind that may continue. One always describes a person from gross to transparent, so transparent that he is free. No. Here we try to have a split second of being what's already there without identifying with I. And that's totally there when you don't hook at any beliefs. or look at any practice. Because you are already freedom itself. It's a verb. It's a verb. If you work on something, you feed the eye, somebody. You will never make it. Never. Except maybe there is a benefit because the mind is so crowded and, except that at some point you doubt. Oh, but where does it lead me? Please clear your doubt about this. It's quite... It's quite a belief in the mind. Yes.
Hi, Ganga.
Wait.
Ah. Aha. So what it looks like that there is something who is just seen and is unaffected of all, and just really the seeing, and sometimes it's just happiness, but then something is seen, or I see that there is happiness, and then I just let it go again and see, okay, it's still the mind.
Okay, my dear.
Impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just like falling back into a nice seat in the living room, and just don't care about anything. So it's just I don't know. I cannot describe this.
Yeah, exactly. All what you say are descriptions,
Yeah.
more or less objectified or not,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, who you are is what makes you experience that. And that you cannot make a loop to see what it is, otherwise you fall again in descriptions. Do you understand? I need a tissue. Do you have one? I have one. Okay, thanks. So, are you following me or not?
Yes. If I follow you, yes, sure. Yes.
So, from now, would you say the same thing to me?
I would say nothing.
But you see, suddenly the first expression is so convincing that it's that, or for some reason it's not seen as an expression. So I insist to show you that it is, I say direct expression just to say that you are not bringing a building or a flower or whatever. It is abstract, so you speak abstractly.
Yeah.
Okay. Still an expression.
It's still an expression.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are searching for what? To have an expression all the time there?
would be nice, yes.
It would be boring, I tell you. You see, the gods, they are all the time in some divine feelings. They have to come back to be free on earth. Yeah, so forget about that.
But what should I do with this nice expression then also?
Sorry, I didn't.
What should I do with this nice expression? Because
Well, you let it pass, that's all.
yeah.
Enjoy, let it pass.
Okay. Yeah.
At least that's what I do. Nothing you are aware of is it. Of course, everything is it, but that's if you still search, nothing of what you experience or describe is it. It's an experience of it, it's an expression of it.
And you said also nothing what I am aware of.
Yes.
Even the seer also.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You make a loop to speak of the seer.
Yeah.
No loop. Because if you believe that the loop, and it looks so real, that loop, of course, that is the thing. But if you make a loop, surely, the search is not gone. Even though it may be quietened.
Sometimes when I'm in the bed, I mean I'm very often in the bed, and you know that I wake up in the night and blah blah blah, and so and then it looks like that there is a loop in my brain also, so it makes always so like
But that's the brain, and drink some more olive oil and it will be alright.
I cannot escape, so I'm just there.
But why should you escape? Escape?
Yeah.
Escape? Escape what for?
Yeah, from this, so I don't know. No, it's okay, just, then I will not escape then. Just let it do it. What it wants.
And let it pass too. I don't think it lasts so much, you know.
Yeah.
I had a friend who probably had a moment freed from his mind, and as a direct expression there was a sound, like he understood it was like Om. So, but he took that for it. Ah, it's interesting. But it's an expression, even that sound, you know. So like that. Whatever you can capture, even if it is in terms of undescribable, it's not it. It's an expression. Yeah.
And sometimes it looks like that I see the I is created, I mean the movie, and then I give up, or I have to give up everything, and then it looks like that really takes me out of this movie.
It
then-
looks like. It
It
looks
looks like.
It's stories, huh?
Yeah.
I am in, I am out.
Yeah.
Stories.
Okay.
Yes.
But afterward, it feels very present. The eyes run and everything. But it looks like it's still
Yeah. You wanted to?
I was just curious, is there anybody who doesn't this is my question, what's happening to me now? So, as soon as before I loop, before I involve my mind in an attempt to describe, even to myself, before I try to describe to somebody else, as soon as I am aware, already it's not it. It's like I'm on the other side of a mirror looking backwards out at my, I suppose, self, maybe. I don't know which self, but is there anybody that can not involve the mind? Because as soon as we try to grasp, we first have to invent something to represent it, so already it's not it. Does everybody have to go through this mind process of trying to describe something indescribable? Because it's like, to me it's like a dream. As soon as I try to remember the dream, it's already different, because the mind has got involved and interpreted it. Is there anybody who doesn't need to interpret, doesn't need to involve their brain, or
There is
would
nobody
that just
there.
be for somebody
There
who
is
doesn't have a
nobody
mind?
there. There is nobody there. When there is somebody, it's all what you describe.
Oh, someone then, not somebody.
One means what one?
Someone.
Oh,
Someone, yeah.
Yeah, it's another way I have of defining it.
No,
So
it's okay.
this is somebody. This
Yeah.
has the thoughts, the emotions, and then my mirror. Words. It doesn't work with words. It always comes out wrong.
Because the
My
mirror
mirror
can
fraction.
break, you know.
Sorry?
The mirror can break.
Oh, all the time. I think it always was, but yeah. Yeah. Before you asked about sadhana, a thought popped into my mind. Yeah, it's mind. Almost I associate my life before I discovered this. Even before I knew this was a thing, it was other people that made me think, oh, I know this. I think my life before this was one big sadhana, and now I need to try and let this go, or I've let it go. I'm not sure. Thoughts that pop up.
But have you a problem?
Me now, at the moment?
Yeah.
No. And
So I don't know to what I have to answer.
Oh, sorry, it was because I was...
No, don't be
Relating to
sorry.
Pascal.
It's my way to interact with you.
Yeah, also. No, I currently don't have a question.
So I cannot answer anything.
Sorry. Thank you anyway.
How can I distinguish between being divinely guided and forcing things to happen?
Don't try to distinguish what happens. What remains?
sometimes I'm so sure, it feels so clear, it feels so without a doubt.
About what?
About a next step, probably, or yeah, where to be, what to do, where to go.
But that's the way of the mind. So you describe a way of living, or what else? The mind is a very good instrument too in the life, but it disappears when you search. What's there prior to it? So whatever the mind can grasp, it is in the life. What it cannot grasp will be at the source of its rising. And where you cannot even mention anything, it's prior to the source.
And still everything we do is an expression of source, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to, it has to be your experience, not only knowledge. If it is your experience, you would not ask any clarity.
But isn't it like training a muscle, like trusting more and more in the process of, feeling connected to source and source speaking through us as a channel, and then sometimes like just falling into old patterns and being distracted by life's decisions.
This is a way to have a style of life which is more intimate, maybe more intuitively. It will give you more, maybe you will have a better life this way. I agree. There are many ways, how to live life. This is one, why not? It's a nice one. But you see, it's when there must be a place and a way to be understood somewhere, you see. So those who search, but who am I? What's going on? What's real? What is not real? What is the truth? What is the untruth? So beyond this personal thing, then Satsang exists. It's created for that demand. And then, of course, the pointing will never be to somebody. It is just directly from where they search. So, I am not very busy with ways of life. So, I totally agree that there are beautiful ways to live better. Okay? I'm not specialized in everything. I have a very, very one-pointed target. So.
What is the sense of life for you?
Sense of life? I am not very worried about it. anymore. It's funny because the life, if you look at it, is not always up. There are ups and downs. It's just waves. You see, life is are waves. And but there is a, if you speak of sense, there is a sense of all what happens had to happen. It's a relief. Now, the one we spoke. What do you mean by source? God. Okay. Where is God? Where is God?
Everywhere.
Hmm?
Everywhere.
Yeah, that's easy. Where is God? You don't need to give me an answer now. Just maybe investigate. It cannot be very far from you. If it is an inch far from you, it's an object. It's a concept of God. It's not the real God.
Ganga, I feel so frustrated.
Why? Why? Tell me. Tell me why. Why?
Because I don't want to believe in anything.
You don't know what?
I don't want to believe in anything.
Yes, and then, yes, great. Then why you are frustrated? Why you are frustrated? It's a joy not to believe in anything.
But I don't know if I can do it, but I don't want.
But good. Great. Sure. It's done. That fire will not allow you to take any belief. I trust that. Yes. You have not to do anything. If a belief comes, let it pass. Let it pass, it's past. Be happy. You have not to do anything. Whatever you will see, it's the mind. It is as simple as that.
Ganga, when Papaji says nothing ever happened, I feel so touched. It's what I want, but it appears like stuff keeps happening. Like I don't want to be
In the
here, but
appearance. Yeah, it appears. It will continue to appear because you are nobody to stop the appearance. But you know very well that in fact nothing ever happens.
yeah, somewhere I know that.
And then, what more do you want?
I feel like I wanted to stop the appearance.
This is the arrogance.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Okay? Then, you are arrogant? Let it pass. Nothing ever happens, and yet everything happens. You see, this nothing ever happened is all what is written in the Upanishads, in Ashtavakra Gita, trying to express that, you know, hello, in fact, nothing ever happens. You are that itself already. The second after, there is an appearance, but it doesn't matter. You know it. I don't know, it's not knowing, but okay. So, what more do you want? You want to control this manifestation? I hope so. And you have to be thankful that that expresses itself all the time. Otherwise, we would not even know about it. Strangely enough. So that's a blessed incarnation. In the movie. So blessed that one can say in the movie, now I can close the book forever. question?
No, I guess I'm the question myself. But it's complicated. Me and myself is complicated, yes. It's the worst relationship on planet Earth. So I gave up, and yet I'm pissed off and I'm frustrated, and at the same time I don't have the answers because I don't know even the question.
What a nightmare movie!
Well, you asked. You asked.
Yeah, because I saw that
Yeah.
there is something there.
Fucked up, yeah.
So you give up?
How? Even this, I'm pissed off. That's not giving
But
up.
that is the problem. If you ask how, you don't know.
No,
So
but,
give up without asking how.
but I can't, you see,
Why?
giving up.
You believe so.
No.
You believe so. Yes.
How? Ganga, you keep on saying one cannot do, so I don't believe. It's a fact.
That's what I say. There is
Yeah.
a belief there. You like to keep the belief. You suffer.
Well, that makes me again, that you say I can do something. Yeah.
This is really mindfuck. Huh?
Yeah.
When I say something, do it. Don't start to do, oh, somebody's doing it. Just do it. Okay. Otherwise, how can you give any direction? It's not to think over the direction. It's just to be struck. Boof! You see, when my master told me, I had an experience, and I was so sure it was it, that after a while I asked my master, oh, is it that Ramana was expressing by his eyes? And he said to me, not happy at all. Don't bring Ramana here. If I asked him at that time how, I would have missed that moment. You just do it. It's not a teaching here to it's just do it. Okay. For that you need fire for liberation. Fire. Which is beyond what your fucking mind will tell you and convince you. You have to be free. I want to be free. Even if it is somebody wants, don't ask me. Good. Yes. Attends, because everybody will have the joy to hear.
Is it the sense keeping and protecting?
Oh, I didn't hear.
Is it the sense of keeping and protecting coming from arrogance? as
Of
well?
course, it's only arrogance. Yeah, sure. Sure. No, I is arrogance itself, you see, so don't try to make I humble. It's another arrogance. Just have to be free from the belief that I is the real thing.
To want to make I disappear is also arrogance.
Why do you go back to your mind? Fuck. Why? It will add something.
No.
Then why? Like this, something happens. Okay. Let it pass. So, see you soon.